Привет, everybody. It's been a year, actually over a year now, that we've been into a coronavirus pandemic. And for the most part, during that time, gyms were closed. And I decided that it would be a cool idea to use web automation tools to actually schedule yourself an appointment at the gym. Why I chose Selenium to do that is because it can click buttons for me and it can extract information. So I recently upgraded my membership and I can actually go to any club right now. And to select all of them, you actually have to click this button. And here's a list of them. So I select, say, Waterloo. And then to reserve an appointment, I have to click this button. And if it's not available today, I can check if it's available tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. And if there is something, I can just click it, and that will book an appointment for me. The syntax is very simple. You can find element or elements which will return just one particular element or a list of them, and then you can get text from them, you can click on them, you can send keys there. It also supports sending like a arrow down key or end key to go to the very bottom of the page. And how we're going to be locating elements is you can go to the web page and click F12, and here's the code for the page. If I say want to select this button, I can just inspect it, and I can search it by ID, by class, and even by text of it, really. Sorry for the weird setup, but I figured it'd be more convenient for you to see everything at once instead of me switching from pages back and forth. So here at the top we have the code at the Jupyter notebooks, and at the bottom we have the web page that we are inspecting simultaneously. And I've imported a couple of modules, sleep, because I don't have an ASIC grade internet, so I have to stop my program for a couple of seconds while the web page is loading. And I'm importing keys from Selenium. I'm importing the WebDriver. Keys is to send the end or arrow down keys, for example, as I said earlier. And then I have the get pass to suppress my password while I'm typing so you guys can actually see it on the video. And daytime we're only going to use to define today, tomorrow, and after tomorrow. And if we get into the function, we get info, so the email and password from the user, that is me, converts it to the string, and we make them global so we can use them in other functions. And then for the login function, we see right away we have this driver here. And driver we're going to specify down here. What it does is you tell in Selenium which WebDriver you want to use. So I have Chrome, and I've downloaded the Chrome WebDriver from their webpage. You can do Firefox, Internet Explorer, whatever you want to do. And because I have it in system variables, I don't have to specify location of the WebDriver on my computer for it. It will know it, so I can just leave it blank. And then I'm going to give it the website to go to, which is the Fit for Less website. So in the login function, we use the driver to find elements on the web page. And say I want to find this field. And to send my email to this field only, I need to pinpoint just this element, which is this entry bar. So I can inspect it and see what's in there. And I can find it by, I chose to find it by XPath, any element that has input with the type equals to email. Same I did for password. I could have easily just searched it by name, email address, I'd believe would be a unique element name on this page. Same for the ID, email address as well. And then I also ran into a bug where it opens the window too small by default, and it doesn't see the login button. So I have to actually use the keys module to just click and go to the bottom of the page, and that's where it starts seeing the login button that we will click later on. So if I go on the web page right now, I clicked on it and I hit end, it's going to basically simulate this behavior. And then here I have the login button. Let's inspect this. I chose to just find it by ID. Login button is basically, unique name, and then I click it. And click by default is just left mouse click. As to the other functions, we have select day and select club, but they will only work once we're inside the website. So let me log in and we'll find those buttons so that we can click them. So the code here changes, it's a different web page now. So say I want to select club, so I will need to locate this button. And select day, I will need to locate this button. If I do want to book an appointment automatically, I can actually just click this button. And for select day, let's inspect this one. We have here that I sent keys to end to see all the buttons and wait a little bit. And then how do I find the select day? Sorry, this is the function. I find it by ID. It has a unique ID, date select. The club button has a unique ID, button club select. So once I found them, I can click on them. And once I click on them, here's more buttons. And that's why we actually needed this here. If I inspect this button, for example, it gives me the ID in the format date underscore and then basically the date. And see, this is not unique to class, so I can't really search it by class because it's going to give me all three buttons. I have to search it by ID, which would be unique identifier of the button if I want to click particularly today button. And to do that, for the today, I'm going to do today plus string date time date today. And for tomorrow, guess what? I'm just adding time delta day 1. For the day after tomorrow, I'm adding 2 days, and so forth. You can add as many days as you want. I did not come up with actually good variable names, so it's after tomorrow. So how exactly are we going to check if there is an appointment or not? We're going to see if there is this button we can find. Let me go here, this button. So if there is this button, that means that there is at least one available appointment that we can click on and reserve. If there isn't one, that means there is none. So how we find this button is we search by XPath and we search for literally anything that contains text click to reserve. And instead of finding an element, now that we find elements, I could have gotten away with just an element because it would find at least one button. But if we find elements, it will return us a list of all the elements that contain this text click to reserve. And then it will store it in this variable available slot. And then once we check it, if it's a list with something or if it's just an empty list, we can tell if there was a button or not, or many buttons. So when it checks and it returns it equals to an empty list, it returns this print with no life today, no workout. And if there is actually anything in this list, it's not empty anymore, then we have a button, we can click, and we can book a workout. So we're seeing the button here right now, meaning we can book it today, March 27th. If we copy paste this gym name and have it entered here as our club and check for today, we should get this message, book it right now. Let's see if it works. Now we switch back to bot. And okay, select the club. Yep, that's what we want to see. Book it right now. We do remember that there was non-appointments tomorrow, so how about we change it to tomorrow and run it again. Okay, so I'm selecting that gym, selecting the name. No luck today. Well, no luck tomorrow, but we just had it right today instead. The fun part now is that I can select any club I want from that list of available clubs, and because I have this list of dates specified here, I can actually scroll over all dates and check if there is any workout sessions for upcoming 4 days, including today. Let's see what it's doing. Okay, select on the club. Today, tomorrow, after tomorrow, 3 days from now. And I forgot to close the browser, but yeah, we only saw the available slots today, but then for the other 3 days, it was just like, yeah, no workout for you. So just while recording this, I said that we can have list of clubs. And right now it's on the website, but I thought, you know what, it'd be cool if we can actually extract all of them. And if we do so, we can put them in the list and then do this select club and select day function and see for each gym, for each day, if there is an available time slot. And we can also print out the gym name or the day, right? So the idea here is I'm gonna find all the elements that are available under this class, where we're gonna be in this select club section, and then it's just gonna start printing text from those elements. So let's run this cell. Okay, so now it should go click select club and start printing these. And I specifically did not close the browser here because you're gonna see that we have them even in the same order, just started printing them here. So now we can take this from here, put it in the list, and start running our programs. So that's it for the video. Um, you know, extracting data from websites is really useful because you might need that data for analysis later on. And we know now how to go to websites, click buttons to get wherever we need to, extract something we need to, or we can use it actually like I did and click button to reserve a workout appointment at the gym and finally lose a couple of kilos I gained while munching on snacks and watching TV throughout the pandemic. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate that, and hopefully you find this content entertaining. If you have any suggestions, please don't hesitate, write them in the comments, and see you in the next video.